Rick Kaiser will now present OCT Angiography's essential clinical practice, the con.
Good afternoon. Is it time to convert to OCTA? Let's see. No financial disclosures. I want to thank Apton Shah-Ali. He's a true expert in this field. OCTA, it's fast, it's non-invasive, but does it really provide us any new insight to clinical diseases? There are a host of limitations. There are image acquisition artifacts. There are false positives and false negatives, which are frequent. You need tight correlation between the OCTA and the OCT. And it doesn't give you any information on vascular permeability. It's expensive, and oh, did I mention if you do an OCT the same day, you're not going to get paid. Here's a patient with a vitreous floater, simple vitreous floater, and you get a substantial artifact on the OCTA. You're dealing with this with almost any vitreous opacification. Here's a patient, if you see the OCT, you have a simple drusenoid PED, and in section A of the slide, you can see a false positive generated, and the same patient with a different slice, in section B, you get a false negative. You need tight correlation, and if you're looking for CNV here, you certainly can't establish it. Here's a patient who's a high myope, these thin eyes with thin slices. It's very difficult to distinguish between the choroidal vessels and the scleral vessels. Here's a simple macular pucker you can see in section C of the slide, and that pucker causes a projection defect on the OCTA. How about diseases? Are we going to learn anything new about these? MacTel type 2, there's been a lot in the literature that OCTA could be helpful there. Yes, we get some pretty images. Yes, we get an understanding of the pathophysiology, which Gass drew up years ago, but we can't actually manage our patients with this information. Here's a patient with chronic CSR and CNV. Yes, OCTA here is helpful, but if you look at the vertical slices of the slides, on the left you see the baseline pictures. You see the OCT actually tells you more than the OCTA. Baseline, before treatment, you see subretinal fluid. The OCTA can show you the choroidal neovascular complex, but after treatment, you're going back to the OCT to determine whether it was effective. The OCTA does not change at all, whereas the OCT shows resolution of the subretinal fluid. Technology advances quickly. At one time, this was a sports car. And at one time, this was how we streamed video. And in 2000, we thought these were great images with OCT, and look how far we've come in 19 years. OCTA is great technology. It gives us great images, but we're not quite there yet. The bottom line is this: OCT is advanced technology in search of a problem to solve. Should you upgrade to OCTA today? The answer is not at this time. Thank you.
Excellent presentation by the two speakers.